हम तक तो बहुत बाद में पहुंचेंगे, प्रोड्यूसर पहले डर जाते हैं. So if the producers are secured about what they've made, I think that's quite a calming feeling for actors.
Yeah, I'm sure every episode of the final product has been vetted by legal. Yeah. They've sat and they said this word, then you'll get a message ki ye dub kar do jaake. So yeah, I mean, you have to be really unlucky. Or you have to be very brave.
Very brave, yeah.
Where you've just said, dekha jayega, and you've put something out there. A very good test for me is how quickly I read a script. And I remember, and this was like 10 episodes that come to you, and I got an email from Rajiv sir's office with all 10 episodes, and sorry, he sent me, there were 2 episodes left, and I remember I sort of read all 8 episodes overnight, and I said, just send me the last 2 now. Don't like, what is this?
That's true.
But that's a good, you know, if you can read through the material fast, it's a great sign that it'll, I mean, it doesn't always translate in the same way, but, but it's a great sign that the material is good.
It's a caterpillar ride, any which way, for every artist. And it has been that we've survived lockdown. So the journey has been it has been a learning process. Not only, I think I have grown as a person, also got inclined spiritually. I mean, there are so many things. You evolve.
5 साल तक कॉलेज में पढ़ाई कर सकते हो, 9 साल तक कॉलेज गर्ल प्ले कर सकते हो.
Exactly.
Simple सी बात.
Yeah, I was glad when I was selected for this project because it's a particular age and she's college girl. Okay, if now also I can play a college girl, great space.
Hello, this is Srijita Sen from News 18 Showsha, and today we have with us the cast of Jehanabad, Satyadeep Misra, Ritwik Bhowmik and Harshita Gaur. So let's welcome the cast and hear from them all about the show. Hi, how are you?
We are good, Srijita. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you for your time. So, I would directly like to start with the trailer. I saw it recently and it's really intriguing. So the theme of this series is a really intense and a political theme. So before coming on board for Jehanabad, were you guys, how much aware were you guys of this theme of Naxalism and the ideologies?
Like, I was aware of it, but the incident that happened in Jehanabad, I wasn't aware of that. And of course, the show is not only about that, it's also about this love story that eventually is surrounded by that event. So, like, to answer your question, I was aware of it, but in this show, you'll get to see more.
Same. I, of course, was aware of the idea of Naxalism. I was not aware of the incident at Jehanabad. When I was told about this project, I was told that Satyadeep Misra will be the showrunner for it, and it's always a very good idea to have him involved in political stories because he just has a very intelligent sort of take on on politics. So, and you can always consider yourself in safe hands. So I said, yeah, why not? And then I read the script, which was great.
Yeah. Very honestly, I wasn't very well aware. I knew probably some news articles that I had read introduced me to this world, and then probably movies that I've seen based on it. But to start this show, I really told myself that you've got to go into the history and you've got to understand where they come from, and I tried. I really tried. I read a couple of books. I visited places where I could like just sit and discuss with people what their ideologies are, what their views are about society and politics. But I realized that it's a vast world and a lot in the history of our country, right? So for me to understand all of it, read all of it, is going to take me some time. Hence, with the limited knowledge that I picked up from the research, and then with the clarity of the script, went ahead and did Jehanabad. So Jehanabad definitely educated me about a lot of things, for sure.
So how did the research process look for you guys?
Oh, the research process.
The script that came was fully researched.
It was well researched.
It was a research process. I think research script only that came to us, and I don't think that I needed to really work towards a research because my directors had done it, and I had to just talk to them about like whatever the show is.
Trust the directors. Yeah.
Correct. And it wasn't. Sorry, sir.
No.
And wasn't really the show isn't really only about.
Yeah.
The certain thing that you're talking about, you know, it's not only about one movement, it's about a lot of things, different characters coming together, their lives, their relationship dynamics. I'm really sorry. It's about a lot of things, So truly, I think research for Jehanabad could not only be bracketed to understanding the armed movement. It had so much more to it. Hence, we stuck to the script, as Harshita said. Sorry, so you were saying.
No, just the same. That was just the fact that a story refers to an incident or a type of political ideology sometimes has absolutely no bearing on the part that you're playing.
That's true.
You could just be a guy in love with a girl in a story where
Correct.
somebody blows a bomb.
Correct.
So it's literally like that. So in terms of research, just know. I think just to make sure that you sounded that you belonged to the place, that you'd spent enough time there, those sort of things. But otherwise, it was such a well written and fleshed out script.
No, while I agree with the point that you made, that you might not have any connection with the immediate plot or ideology of the story, but when you all are personally choosing your scripts or your characters, the kind of ideology that character advocates or represent, does it matter to you what your character is saying or what you are representing through your characters? Does this play a major factor while you are selecting any script for any show?
I mean, it would either be somebody a character that completely voices you, or it could be a character that is completely opposed to you. I mean, it depends on what gets you more excited. With this, I don't know. This character was a cop, and a cop finds himself or herself in situations, and I play lots of cops. I've said that so many times today. But yeah, no. I mean, I always pick a script first, and if the story works, then everything else is secondary.
I haven't done anything as of now which is very completely in terms of ideologies, some here and there, but see, as Harshita, I can speak about my ideologies when I'm speaking about the character in an interview. But if I have to play that character, I am not supposed to judge their ideologies. I'm supposed to do it if it's interesting and if it is a part of a good project, and surrender myself to the director. And then if I don't believe in those characters' ideologies, then that's my separate take on it.
Right.
So yeah.
So Ritwik, this series is like completely different from one of your most popular works, Bandish
Right.
Bandits. So even your character seems a lot different. So what made you say yes to it?
Oh, they said yes to me. I auditioned for it, and I was really hoping that they liked me for the part, because I got very excited when I heard the story and when I heard what Abhimanyu Singh's part is like. So I tested for it, and I was lucky enough to get selected.
So Satyadeep, for you, what attracted you towards the story? I mean, the major thing that you liked about it?
When you, a very good test for me is how quickly I read a script. I remember, and this was like 10 episodes that come to you, and I got an email from Rajiv sir's office with all 10 episodes, and he sent me, there were 2 episodes left, and I remember I sort of read all 8 episodes overnight, and I said, just send me the last 2 now. I don't like, what is this?
That's true.
But that's a good, if you can read through the material fast,
sign.
it's a great sign that it doesn't always translate in the same way, but it's a great sign that the material is good, Yeah. So for me, it was just that. I read through the script, I loved it when I was reading it, and I said, yes, must do it.
Now, Harshita, I'm following you from your Sada Haq days, and in that show, you played a college girl, and that was your debut, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Even in this, you're playing a college student. So, from Sada Haq to now, and now you are in an established place in your career. So, how do you look back at this journey?
I am happy to be playing same college girl for 9 years, and maybe I have grown, but the character hasn't, which is great. My screen age still the same. But how different this is, you're saying?
No, I'm saying, how do you look back at this entire journey from your debut to this day?
Great, yaar. I mean, how do I describe? It's a caterpillar ride, any which way, for every artist, and it has been that. We've survived lockdown, so the journey has been it has been a learning process. Not only, I think I have grown as a person. Also got inclined spiritually. I mean, there are so many things. You evolve, and something that challenges you is the only thing that I think that can evolve you to a level where you think that you've evolved, but then there's still more to look at. So I think it's been a caterpillar journey, but I like it.
That's so, and like you mentioned, you have been playing college, even in Mirzapur as well. So does it not frustrate you at times that why am I getting to play college girls? Only give me other characters or?
Yeah, college girl is such a broad thing.
Obviously,
because
it is.
college there are so many. I mean,
So many
everybody
type of
goes to
people,
college. It's just that I'm going to it like in every project, but the characters are different. So
5 साल तक कॉलेज में पढ़ाई कर सकते हो, 9 साल तक कॉलेज गर्ल प्ले कर सकते
exactly.
हो, सिंपल सी बात.
Yeah, I was glad when I was selected for this project because it's a particular age and she's college girl. Okay, if now also I can play a college girl, great space.
Yeah, I think that's a huge compliment actually.
Yeah. I think I have longer years to be
College girl.
So again, because of the politicalness of this story, although it's more than that, but nowadays people take offense to literally everything, be it a song, be it a dialogue, anything. So now that the series is almost on the verge of releasing, does this concern you guys that how the audience reaction will be if say certain person takes offense to what you said or your character? Does these thoughts cross your mind?
I mean, you think about them, but what do you do? I mean, as you rightly said, people take offense to anything, and it is true that when stories like this and scripts are being finally vetted by the channel and the production house, they're very careful at that stage itself to control it, the issue at that stage.
Correct.
But sometimes in the shooting of it or something happens which you didn't think about, but you can't, I mean, you want to put something out there, we all think of ourselves as artists, you're creating some art.
Correct.
There's bound to be difference of opinion in terms of interpretation, and you can't control that. So you just do what you have to do and people will do what they need to do. There's no point stressing yourself over that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You would agree with him or you want anything?
No, I totally agree with him, and हम तक तो बहुत बाद में पहुंचेंगे. Producer पहले डर जाते हैं. So if the producers are secured about what they've made, I think that's quite a calming feeling for actors.
Yeah, I'm sure every episode of the final product has
Must
been
have gone
vetted
through,
by
yeah.
legal.
Yeah.
They've sat in it, so they said this word, then you'll get a message कि ये dub कर दो एक जाके. So yeah, I mean, you have to be really unlucky. Or you have to be very brave.
Very brave, yeah.
Where you've just said, देखा जाएगा, and you've put something out there which,
Everybody's trying, definitely, as you said, in today's time, everybody who's making movies, project shows, every artist, as I said, everybody's trying to make sure that they do not offend anybody, hurt anybody's feelings. Because at the end of the day, we do not make any project for people
for that purpose, yeah.
Exactly, for people to get annoyed by it. We want to entertain you, we want to tell you new stories, we want to keep you engaged while telling stories. We at no point really want to hurt you and offend you. And now, with whatever instances, as you said, people have been reacting so often these days, there are proper setups in every platform, every corporation right now, every studio right now, there are legal sets and everything. So everybody's taking care of everything. अगर फिर भी कुछ हो जाता है, फिर वो तो किस्मत में थी. Now what do you do with that?
So that brings me to the end of the conversation. So for Harshita and Ritwik, you guys worked with a lot of seniors actors, a lot of actors who have been in this industry, in this profession for a long time. How was the learning experience for you guys?
Oh, it was outstanding. Sorry, Harshita, you were saying.
No, continue.
Go ahead. Oh, I think it was fantastic, right from Nasir sir to Madhuri ma'am to Gujarat sir to Rajat sir, Satyadeep Bhai, Parum to everybody. I've learned something from everybody, and I'm genuinely saying that. I was just discussing with him that it's one of the most unique portrayals of a cop that I've seen in a very, very, very long time. The last time I really loved watching an actor play a cop on screen was Ardh Satya with Om Saab. And after that, I really liked what Satyadeep Bhai did. I know, but you know what I mean. I really feel that. So I've taken away something or the other from everybody, whether it's in their performance, their behavior on set, the way they treat people, the way their professionalism. There's so much to learn from all of them, and hopefully 10 years, 15 years down the line, when I accumulate all of these experiences, I can at least be
young lads learning from you.
Yeah, at least 10% of what I picked up from them could imbibe in me.
Harshita?
I think even if you're not working with like senior actors, if you're just working with even newer actors, then also you can learn something. Learning has no end, and there's one quality in everybody. Whoever is working with you, maybe it's probably even if it's a director, writer, whatever, or especially if co-actors, one thing you can take away from anyone, but of course the older you get and the more experienced you get, there's just a lot more to learn from. And I've been grateful enough I've worked with so many good, great actors and especially human beings that I can take away a lot from.
That's so sweet. Now, before I wrap this up, Satyadeep, congratulations once again. So, I'm really curious about something. Exactly. Whenever any celebrity or a public figure gets married, we get to know about it like way before. Something, कुछ ना कुछ तो पता चल ही जाता है हम लोगों को, press release हो कुछ हो. This was absolutely, this dropped as a surprise. किसी को कुछ पता नहीं था. So, what made you guys decide कि चलो हम लोग इसको secret ही रखेंगे, direct pictures डाल देंगे?
Listen, there were about 80-85 people on the evening of our wedding for a party who got the invite a month ago. So there was nothing secretive about it. We got married under the Special Marriage Act, which requires you to put a notice 30 days before the marriage in the sub-registrar at our thing. So there's nothing secretive about it. Usually when people find out things, it's because the people's PR teams have sent that information out. So, I mean, it was very normal. It was just low key, and that's how we wanted it. So, but there was no sort of this thing to make it secretive. The fact that that it hit everyone as a surprise is a bonus.
So this brings us to the end of the conversation. This is Srijita Sen from News 18 Showsha. Thank you.